Hi, I'm Chas with Chas's Crazy Creations, and today I'm going to press and preserve flowers and then upcycle them onto a vase. Let's get started. I just love flowers, and they bring me such joy. I wanted to find a way to bring them inside my home to enjoy them more than just when they bloom. Start by cutting the flowers you wish to preserve. I place my flowers onto a paper towel on a cookie sheet. This makes them easy to move. I then place the other paper towel on top and then place a heavy book on top to flatten and press them. I leave this for 7 days. Then they should be ready to work with. A friend of mine gave me this vase and knew that I could upcycle it in some way, shape, or form. I cleaned the entire vase off with an alcohol prep pad to free it of dirt and oils and debris. I love dragonflies, and my mom had given me this decal. I followed the instruction and placed the decal on one side of the vase. I turned the vase over so that I could work on the other side. My flowers are pressed and ready to be used. Now I just needed to decide which ones I wanted to use on which sides. For this project, I used Mod Podge with the satin finish. I coated one entire side of the vase with the Mod Podge. After I got all the Mod Podge on, I made sure to smooth it from top to bottom so I wouldn't get a streaky finish. Mod Podge goes on white and then dries clear. Once I had the Mod Podge on, I was able to place my flowers onto the Mod Podge on the vase in the way I wanted them to be. Once I had the flowers in place, I carefully began putting the Mod Podge on over the top of the flowers. I learned that it helped to go the direction of the leaves, and it also helped to go a little heavy so that the Mod Podge helped go into the cracks of each flower. In this pressed and dried state, the flowers are very fragile, so it is important to be soft and gentle while applying the Mod Podge, and a lot of patience. Again, while filling in those cracks and crevices in the flowers, especially on this lilac, it was important to use a little extra Mod Podge to soak into the space. It'll dry clear. It just might take a little bit longer. Once I had Mod Podged over all the flowers, I made sure to paint the Mod Podge in nice straight lines so it would have a nice straight finish rather than a streaky one. I let this dry for a while before starting on another side. For my two sides, I repeated the same process, putting Mod Podge on first, making nice straight lines, then placing the flowers onto the vase on the Mod Podge, and then carefully putting Mod Podge over the top of the flowers, being nice and gentle, working the direction of the flower, and using extra to soak in the cracks. Once I had all the Mod Podge on, I made sure to make nice straight lines for a less streaky look. I let this dry for an hour, and then I did the entire thing with one more coat of Mod Podge. So each side had 2 coats, and I let it dry overnight. By the next morning, it was for the most part dry. There were a few little spots that had a little bit heavier Mod Podge on them that still was left to dry, but it will definitely dry over time and cure. I'm really pleased with the way it preserved the colors and how well it looks. I like the texture that it made on each side of the glass. If you didn't like that look, you could use a little steel wool and lightly sand away the Mod Podge that you don't want there to bring back that clear glass shine. There are so many options that I can use this vase for. I can still use it as a vase, as the water would go inside and not damage the outside. Or I could fill it with things like pens and office supplies, or I can add a candle to it for ambiance, or utensils in a kitchen. The possibilities are really endless. You can also use this technique to preserve fall leaves and keep their wonderful colors and make them into projects. You can find more about that on my blog. I hope this inspires you to press and preserve some flowers of your own and then upcycle them into something. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel and my blog. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.